Welcome back to another Craig's World. My name's Craig. Welcome to What Is My Madness. Today we're going to be doing the engine for Mouse, as you can see. This is an engine that I bought off a gentleman, a good few months back. You might have seen it when we were coming back from Shrewsbury. Sorry, girlfriend and the mum's there. Now, when I got this engine, he said it had a bad leak. And when I had a little look at it, he was saying it was coming from the bottom. It's not. What it was... Okay, so as I was just mentioning, this is the engine that's going to go into Mouse that I got. Now, all of this was all oil all along it. The guy said it was either coming from the bottom or the top. Now, I thought I might have had to take the head off. Now, as I'm stripping it along and as I'm cleaning along to get this, as you can see, from this to that, to work my way through, I actually was just taking the water pipes off, which you get your top onto this, and then you get your next one going from your inlet manifold. And this, there was no oil that I could see anywhere else. I know it's flickered up here, but I noticed this was rocking when I was taking everything off. Now, I think I've sussed it and it's cost nothing. Now, inside of this housing, as you can see, this turned. It's not supposed to turn. So when you take this off, what you have, obviously that's your oil filter. We're going to be replacing it anyway, but there's a nut which holds this housing on. That nut there. So now when I'm going to get the new timing kit, there should be a seal at the back of that. That's in the kit, so I can easily replace it. But now it doesn't move, now it doesn't turn. Now I'm hoping that that is the only bit that it was leaking from. And obviously when that gets tightened in, this just gets screwed back on. But for now, it can stay like that because I've still got to clean all this. But the thing that I was very interested in was inside the ports. They're like brand new. They're absolutely amazing. I'll spin it around. So if I zoom into one of the ports, they're clean. Every port is absolutely clean. Apart from the beginning bit, which is just this, but they are spotless. Now if I turn it over to Mouse's original engine, the same valves, you can see, are absolutely caked in crap. And I haven't cleaned them. They're clean as a whistle, every one of them. So I'm absolutely made up with that one. So I'm going to carry on cleaning. So you'll see the procedure. I've took the inlet, the alternator, fuel rail and engine mount. But I've already started cleaning this side. Started cleaning this all up, as you can see, with the dirt from the other side. But all I'm using is brake and clutch cleaner and a little brush. That's all I'm doing, but I'm going to fill the ports in a moment just so nothing goes in it. I don't know what it is, but there's something satisfying of doing that. Really is. But no, I'm actually made up that I've actually sussed out what the problem is. So with this one, I can pour everything back. This can be very easily be sorted out once everything goes back and before it goes into the car. And like I said, all I've gone over this is with clutch and brake cleaner. Phenomenal stuff. But if you can see, I've put cloth in the holes so no dirt would go in it. Now also on this side, this is where the starter motor goes, here. But I need to take this piece off because it's got to look like this, all nice and clean. So before I do that, I need to put the starter motor. So I took the starter motor off the other day, give it all a clean up, done all the new points in there. It's as simple as unbolting them. That comes out, change your points like you do in a hand drill, put it back, perfect. Even at the back, being in there, sorry, that's where the bushes are, at the back. So I need to undo this, and I'm not bending that pipe, so this can go back on for now. 23 bolts, and it's that's it. That's how easy it goes on. That's at the top, that one is at the bottom. And this will just prevent any further, because I don't want any shit to get into the clutch. I'm not replacing the clutch, it doesn't need one. The gentleman told me that it's been recently replaced, and with everything I've seen over the vehicle, I've got no parts to think any otherwise. So it's a 14 and a 10. Something not right there. Why? It's not quite lining up, and I'm not going to force it. That's better. There we go. Now it's lined up. And as I said, the reason why I've done that is because I don't want anything to get into there now. Plus, with this being off now, I can bolt that back on, this pipe, and I can undo that. I've got a lot less, so I'm not going to bend the pipe. So now, because that's solid, I can undo the pipe. There you go. And I wouldn't have liked to have done that without first bolting this in, because obviously that bracket, you'll show you in a second, the bracket is going to get cleaned, because there's no point me doing all this and not having a dirty engine and dirty brackets. So that comes off, that comes out, and this is just your clutch. There you go, because that is already on the car anyway, so I'm not really bothered. But now I've done that, and as I said, I don't want any other dirt to get into this little pipe. So as you can see, that'll be all cleaned up. All cleaned up when I get it on the bench. And as I say, I always put the corresponding bolts to where they go to. If you can't put in them bags, put them in, that's the best way of doing them, or putting them back onto where they come from. So that's where we're going to put that on, put that in. And that just lets me know that that was originally where it come from. Right, there's no point me going any further because I want to get this side done and bolted back on, because I've got to clean that manifold, all the intake manifold, all underneath the alternator. These brackets have got to come off. I'm going to take them off now, and once I take that off, they're all going into the workshop as the procedure you've seen before, where I put all the bolts like this and the bolts off the inlet, which there's 9 of them, which are like that, are all going to be in the procedure that I do you've seen before, where I put it into white vinegar, leave it in for a couple of days, 48 hours. Then it goes through the shot blasting, goes through the wheel, and then they get heated up with WD. They get boiled with WD, and it sort of, I think it penetrates in. I never have a problem when I do it that way. So that's my procedure with these. So I will meet you back on the bench. Right, I'm back in the workshop, and as you can see, it's a mess. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to put it on a quick tidy, put Stargate on, and we can crack on with some of these little parts. And just like that, tidied enough for me to carry on with what I want to do. So, as I was showing you before, this is one of the things that I do with white vinegar. Over time, you have to filter it, but eventually, as you can see, it just melts everything away. You get a cloth. And this, as I said, it just melts rust away, paint, and puts it back to metal. It's been in there now for about 2 days. So I'll show you now once I've cleaned it. This is one of the engine mounts. So as you can see, it cleans all the rust out. Okay, still got a little bit there, that's what the sandblaster's for, but that'll go through the sandblaster in a minute. Ready for them to be acid etch primed, painted red, and then with the hardener, the lacquer. Never a problem. So as I said, they're already been done. That's ready for. This is part of the engine mount for the side that we're doing, and that goes on there. That bolts into the subframe, and this holds your engine to the car. That's all done. That's ready for getting painted the same as this. They will get lacquered, just as they are. They've been done. They've gone through all the treatment that I do. They're just going to get lacquered. So there are 2 of the brackets as well, which, as you can see, are nice and shiny, and they go from that to that. That's in the procedure. So that's why I have a tub. Just took the top off so I can fill it up with some more white vinegar, and whenever I want to then with the filters, I just put a load of cotton wool in a big filter, put it in one of my jars, and just let it filter it through, and you can use it again and again and again. So as I said, this just goes straight in. The 9 bolts, which were for the inlet, straight in. The two bolts that I know which come off the inlet bracket, I would say. That you could put in, but being aluminium, it's going to be dead simple. I can scuff that or sandblast it. I don't need to do the procedure with this one. This is another procedure. Oh, where we go? There we go. They can go in. Off the fuel rail. I'll get all the fuel rail cleaned up, but I'm not putting the plastic in there. Don't do it. It's only for bolts and brackets. So I can leave that to one side for the moment. Same with the alternator, which I know the alternator is good. I then can take the bolts off, in, take that bolt out for the bracket. I can just leave it as is, so you can see all the dirt and crap and crud. You can clean it off if you so wish, but you don't really need to. I'm going to show you that you can if you want. I'm going to go straight in as is. That I'm just going to clean by hand. I'm not going to mess about with that one too much. So I'm going to, you know me and Bershka car boot. I love Bershka car boot and I'm there every single week. Now, I have compressors. There's always more room for a compressor. You can always add it in, even better. Turn this round. I got this morning, which is another little compressor, which you can have I can put it onto the tabletop or leave it on that trolley. So I will put that into my system. So there's 3 compressors there, one which I can move around, that can stay on there. It's only 20 quid. I don't mind losing 20 quid, so we'll find out in a minute. And there's a load of hoses, load of connections. You can adapt to it, so you can link it through and through. See how it goes. I will get back to you on the next video with this, because I'm going to crack on with some of these, especially with sandblasting. You don't want the noise on that. Thanks for watching, guys. This is only a quick catch up. See you on the next one. Stay safe.